Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Friday, August 8, 2025. Making the headlines tonight, PM says BSI Belco Gen not requiring payment of award against BSCFA. Hattieville man fatally injured in Santa Elena after alleged attack on police officer. And a cultural icon, Leroy Green, passes. We take our first break and return with the news in detail.
Ready for back to school with Benny's B-Books. We have limited edition Benny's exercise and composition books just in time for the new school year. Get 6 composition books for 5 B-Bucks and 12 exercise books for only 2 B-Bucks. Benny's and B-Books, getting you ready for back to school.
We are ready for back to school. Are you?
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank. Building the future together.
Oh man, one more scroll and my data is done.
Wait, who said anything about running out? Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data, so you can scroll till your fingers cramp. Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet and Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
Measles is a virus that is highly infectious and spreads through the air when an infected person coughs or sneezes. It often starts with a fever, cough, runny nose, and red, watery eyes, followed by a rash that spreads all over the body. Measles can cause serious complications. But here's the good news. Measles is preventable. The safest and most effective way to protect your child is through vaccination. The MMR vaccine is safe and available at your nearest health centers and clinics. Let's keep our families and communities safe. Get vaccinated. Stay protected. Brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness in partnership with PAHO and UNICEF.
Belize introduced its new electronic passport in 2022 through the launch of the Electronic Passport Issuance and Control System, EPICS. The e-passport includes an electronic chip that safeguards the holder's personal information and photograph. It also features a verification mechanism compatible with biometric systems such as smart gates at international borders. The passport's design reflects national pride, showcasing Belizean landmarks and symbols. It incorporates 26 modern security elements to prevent fraud and corruption. The introduction of the e-passport aims to enhance security, improve processing efficiency, and reduce application backlogs, benefiting Belizeans both domestically and abroad. The Ministry of Immigration, strengthening national sovereignty, security, and socio-economic development.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. Prime Minister John Briceño has indicated that they have received assurances from Belize Sugar Industries and Belcogen that they will not require the payment of the over $500,000 against the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association, for which the government had provided an indemnity back in December 2021.
I think that was something that was expected from the ruling. But I think it's important to clarify, and I think some people in the media try to make a big deal out of nothing. When you're in my position and there's a crisis, you have to make decisions. You can't wait to call a cabinet meeting or go to a house meeting. We had an issue, the roads was black, we need to open BSI. I spoke to the people from BSI, and then I said, what if we were to give them this indemnity, because BSF was already worried because they already heard that BSI was going to sue them. So I told them, listen, end the strike, move the trucks, we're going to give you an indemnity. BSI had already assured me that they have no interest in suing BSCFA to get monies. So afterwards, when everything was calm, everything calmed down, and they decided, as a management, as a strategy, to go to court so that they could get a ruling, so that there can be a precedent set. It was never about the money. So they got the ruling. BSI has assured us. He assured our Deputy Minister of State. I've not met with them formally, but they have assured us that they have no interest in collecting money. They wanted a ruling. So now in the future, should any other association or for any company, they go and do these illegal strikes, now they know that they could go to court. Now obviously, and I've made it very clear to BSCFA after that if they do any kind of illegal actions, they cannot expect the government to be covering them.
So no taxpayer monies will be spent during this ruling?
As far as I know, no. They will not. As far as I know, they've been assuring us that they have no interest in collecting that money. All they wanted was a ruling so that there can be a precedent set in the courts of Belize.
We are awaiting confirmation on this from BSI. Minister of Agriculture Hosemai called the ruling unfortunate. He said Cabinet is expected to discuss it next week.
It's unfortunate, to be honest, it's unfortunate to levy a $500,000 burden on the government, because the government is the body that gives the indemnity. I find it very, what should I say, strange that you seek to collect $500,000 from the government at the time when the company also needs from the government. So I find that very, very difficult to understand, to comprehend. I find it difficult that someone to take a case to court and at the time when the sugar industry is in crisis. But again, that's the judgment of the court. If we will appeal, I'm not sure if we will or we have.
BSF has made indications
that they would appeal. Okay, well. So I think that we help each other more when we leave these things behind. The industry right now is not in a position to be making these demands. We need to work together to try to have a 2026 crop, which right now it is very, very shaky. We are spraying right now, we are treating the farms for the farmers, the cane fields for the farmers, but even so what we are doing is we're not dropping the bucket. So with the $500,000 that's already maxed out, we are doing the treatments, the farmers are waiting. The farmers should have put $100, but even that they have problem with meeting. So we have to work with the farmers first and foremost, or farmers come first. And so if we can find a magic wand out there to fix the problem, we're wonderful. But I'm being real practical here. This is going to be very difficult. So I find it very difficult to understand that you will take the farmers to court and win and believe that $500,000 that you will get from the farmers, or from the government, so to speak, will take you out of hot water. Nah. So, like I said, I'm disappointed, but let's see what happens.
Police are investigating the shooting death of Hattieville resident Darnell Arnold. He is reported to have gone to the house of PC Urbina in Santa Elena, Cayo, and fired several shots. Urbina, who was inside with his family, then pulled a shotgun and opened fire as Arnold was trying to climb over the fence. The incident occurred at around 10 p.m. Thursday. Residents say they heard 6 shots fired. At a briefing today, ACP Hilberto Romero did not disclose that the target was a police officer. Urbina is the officer who was involved in the stabbing death of 19-year-old Kevin De Paz in Keycocker Village last month.
A complainant reported that he was at home along with his family members when he heard several gunshots fired towards his house. He opened his window to check what was happening, at which point he saw a female person firing shots towards his house. He then pulled out a firearm and fired a single shot at the person who was firing at his house, causing the fatal injuries to the person. We are conducting a thorough investigation into this matter. At the conclusion of the investigation, this file will be forwarded to the Director of Public Prosecutions for directives.
What may have occasioned someone to go to that house?
We are conducting a thorough investigation at this time. We are still gathering the details, but that is the information we have.
Are any of these people known to police?
Yes, the deceased is known to police. He is from Hattieville.
And does this have any link to the stabbing in Keycocker?
We do not know at this time. We are following several leads, and we will have more information as it becomes available.
A .40 caliber Glock pistol was located at the scene along with the shotgun. Arnold, who was 19 at the time, was accused of the 2018 murder of 26-year-old Fillmore King, but he was acquitted in 2023 when the Crown entered a nolle pros. Belize has lost one of its greatest champions of the creative and expressive arts. He particularly leaves an indelible mark on the carnival scene. The announcement that Leroy Green had passed away came this morning. He was a theater and drama educator and a longtime advocate for Belizean culture. Green leaves behind a vibrant legacy. Every year, he was key in organizing the Festival of Arts. During the Belize at 40 Prize Awards in September 2021, he was bestowed the Beverly Smith Lopez Prize for acting in theater and film. Describing him as a carnival legend, the Belize Carnival Association paid homage to Green this morning, stating, "He was a man, quote, whose heart beat to the rhythm of the drums, whose spirit shone as bright as the feathers and colors he loved, and whose life's work helped shape the beauty, creativity, and culture of our beloved carnival," end quote. In a matter of the transition of the Belize Tax Service Department to the Semi-Autonomous Revenue Authority, SARA, Prime Minister John Briceño is today telling the staff who have expressed concerns about being displaced that organizations sometimes change and some may have to seek a new direction.
Sometimes they create problems when there's none. All they need to do is to sit down and to talk with the administration and see how we can move on. What we need to understand, this world is not stagnant. There's movements, and we need to understand that organizations have to change, structures have to change, and wanting to make the tax department a semi-autonomous institution is to move in the right direction. I think it gives more confidence to the institution in the minds of Belizean citizens, saying that, these people are not being politically motivated or politically driven. They're doing their work, and we need to give them the support to be able to collect the necessary taxes that we should collect. I'm not saying to be able to increase taxes, but to collect what is there for us to collect. And we're modernizing the institution, and in modernization there are times that certain divisions might not be needed anymore. A simple example, we don't think about it. 75 years ago, most of our cargo in the city, for instance, in Belize City, was moved by mule and cart. It's no longer that. We had to use trucks. So what would have done then? Oh, we can't bring in trucks because we are displaced the people that own these mule and cart business. No. Things change, things evolve, and so we need to keep up with the times and to be able to provide the best service possible to our citizens.
The Prime Minister today discussed public sentiment surrounding Belize's newly issued banknotes, which no longer bear the image of British monarchs whose ancestors colonized and enslaved our peoples. He described the change as a long overdue symbolic break from colonial legacy, which aligns with the aspirations of a sovereign Belizean identity. He was also biting in his remarks on the reports that some businesses in Chetumal have not wanted to accept the new notes, though he said they have not had any confirmation of this.
I think generally people like the Senate. You are going to have a few people that say, "Oh my God, what's going to happen?" But I genuinely believe that Belizeans like the banknotes. I think it's time for us to start to highlight our own heroes. And George Price, Philip Golson, and others, they are the ones that created this country that we now call Belize, and we need to highlight them. And yes, we were once a British colony, but now we're an independent nation, and it is time for us to move on.
Have you heard anything about Chetumal businesses not accepting this new banknote?
Well, I don't think Chetumal businesses generally accept Belize banknotes. The exchange, no, I've not heard of no such thing. And if anybody, they don't want to do that, then they're being stupid.
After the break, woman perishes in Santa Familia accident. Stay with us.
On July 10, 2025, Belize Electricity Limited and Blair Atoll Power Company Limited signed a historic power purchase agreement for the development of a 15-megawatt utility-scale solar plant complete with a 1.5-megawatt, 3-megawatt-hour battery storage system. This project represents a significant milestone in building a cleaner, more sustainable, and resilient electricity grid.
Today's signing is the furthest we've ever come down the road of realizing the needed facilities and our own ambitions for harnessing the power of the sun. This PPA provides a model in which everybody, BEL, Babcock, and consumers win, and that is how it should be. We have every confidence that Babcock can and will bring this project home, and BEL publicly offers whatever support it can to realize this goal.
What we learn here will set the foundation for future projects, including solar, wind, hybrid systems, and even other emerging developing technologies, renewable energy technologies, that Belize will need if we are going to remain competitive and resilient.
BEL and Babcock will collaborate closely to develop and commission the plant within 12 to 18 months from the start of construction. Once operational, the solar plant will supply clean, renewable energy directly to the national grid, strengthening Belize's energy security and diversifying our national energy mix.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Banknotes are changing, but why did we update them? The central bank continuously assesses the integrity of our banknotes to maintain quality and security. The old series of banknotes has been in circulation for more than the recommended lifespan, which is 7 to 10 years. The new banknotes integrate enhanced security measures to combat counterfeiting, making transactions safer for everyone, giving you the confidence that your money is safe and authentic. Our money should be as strong and secure as our economy, and the new banknotes reflect that commitment. New look, same value, more secure. Learn more at www.centralbank.org.bz. A message from the Central Bank of Belize.
Tired of appliances that just don't last? Appliances that just can't keep up? It's time for a change. GE Appliances delivers reliability, innovation, and performance you can trust. The decision is easy. Don't settle for less. Choose quality, choose reliability, choose GE.
Sea una persona ocupada o atrapado en el tráfico,
o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que le va a ayudar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día para 10 días y va a estar bien después, ¿sabes?
Ok. Farmacia Freetown, carretera 28 Freetown, donde estás mejor vivo que muerto. Farmacia Freetown, teléfono 22 32 87 6.
Planning a trip to Belize? Here's how to complete your I Declare Arrival form in 5 easy steps. Step 1. Visit belizetravel.immigration.gov.bz. Step 2. Select the appropriate forms for arrivals. Choose Arriving to Belize. Step 3. Provide your origin trip details, including your departure airport and country of residence. Step 4. Carefully complete the immigration form. Add dependents if necessary. Declare baggage, currency, and merchandise, and confirm your entries are correct. Step 5. Download your completed form and take a screenshot of your QR code and reference ID to present to the immigration officer. Thank you for using Belize iTravel. Safe journey.
A fatal road traffic accident on the Santa Familia Road in the Cayo district has claimed the life of one person. She has since been identified as Elizabeth Rivera. According to reports, sometime after 3 this afternoon, Rivera was walking on the side of the road when she was knocked down by a GMC truck. Rivera sustained fatal injuries and passed away at the scene. We understand that the driver of the truck was working on a road rehabilitation project in the area. Police are investigating. In other police news, the body of an elderly man was discovered sometime around 11:30 on Thursday night on a farm near Santa Elena, Corozal, between miles 90 and 91 on the Philip Golson Highway. The man has been identified as 66-year-old Dimas Amaya, a Belizean farmer of Corozal. Police observed a scratch to his chest area. According to the initial investigation, Amaya left home at 7 that morning to go to work on the same farm. The owner of the farm discovered his body around 10:30 that morning. Police are investigating. Meanwhile, disturbing news also from the north is that a 33-year-old man has been charged with 3 counts of rape of a child after being accused of raping his own daughter on 3 separate occasions. According to police, the child, who is now 12 years old, reported that the incidents occurred between 2021 and 2022. A medical examination confirmed that she was carnally known. The investigation commenced on Sunday, February 2024. In other news, the newly announced Montreal to Belize City non-stop flight via Air Canada, which will commence on December 8th, will see the once weekly flight land at the PGIA just after 10 p.m. on Mondays. Minister of Tourism, Honorable Anthony Mahler, said the late flight was necessary to align with European flights landing in Montreal. On Thursday, he spoke of the logistics and revealed that more night arrivals are expected at the PGIA, as many hours during the day are already occupied.
All of these things have been discussed, and when you're working with other governmental institutions, then they become a little bit more difficult, but the flight is going to be important for us. Like I said, it creates a same-day connectivity with Europe, and we have to get it together. Right? We're hoping so that we don't have that peak period during Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right?
Okay, so you won't have that high concentration of people clogging up
between 11 and 2 in the afternoon or so.
Residents of Key Cocker's North Island, which is separated by the split from the southern end, became very concerned Thursday night just before 9 as a fire broke out near a construction site. The fire began to grow and the residents called for help as the fire was not far from their homes. The Keycocker Village Council answered the call and requested assistance from RCD Barge, who transported a fire engine to the North Island, while other establishments assisted with transporting the fire chief, crew, and other volunteers. Fire personnel and volunteers remained in the area until around 3 a.m. According to the Village Council chairperson, Seleni Pot, representatives from the company which owns the nearby construction site said the fire started outside their property. They did admit it was at the collection area where they dumped their garbage, but claimed it is not how they sort and destroy their waste. The population is increasing on the North Island, but without necessary infrastructure in place, as more construction takes place on the lesser developed sister island, there is no means to properly rid the area of garbage. So many of these construction crews burn garbage and construction debris. The practice is now becoming dangerous, and Pot promised changes. Following the fire, she stated, quote, "The size of the fire and the height was reason for concern. Given that we are in the summer months, everything is dry and highly flammable. This is definitely a reason for concern, and all construction sites and development will be informed, inspected, and held accountable for proper and responsible waste disposal. We simply cannot take any risk due to negligence," end quote. Last month, a 16-month-old baby died in Georgetown Village in the Stan Creek district, just hours after being fed rice and chocolate milk. She was found lying face down in her own vomit. The child had been in the care of an 18-year-old babysitter while the mother was at work. A postmortem conducted on July 28 showed that the child's death was accidental and she died from asphyxia by way of bronchoaspiration of stomach content. It means there was a lack of oxygen due to inhaling stomach contents into the lungs. After the break, SSB awards 90 scholarships to students across the country. Stay tuned.
Oh man, one more scroll and my data is done.
Wait, who said anything about running out? Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data, so you can scroll till your fingers cramp. Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
Make every moment matter with your credit card. More transactions, more chances to win cash back. You can be one of 4 monthly winners. Get a chance to win cash back with every purchase of $100 or more. For more information, visit www.atlabank.com. Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
The hurricane season is here. Are you prepared? Get the essentials you need to stay safe this hurricane season, such as plywood, tarp and rope, first aid kit, rubber boots, raincoats and rain ponchos, generator, portable radio and batteries, flashlight and kerosene lanterns, Weather the storm with these products and more from Benny's. Quality and savings.
During a special ceremony held in Belize City today, the Social Security Board awarded 90 scholarships to students pursuing high school, sixth form, and vocational studies. This represents the highest number of scholarships the SSB has granted in any 1 year. Vanessa Veos, the Communications and Public Relations Manager at SSB, spoke more about the process of selecting the 90 students.
Well, this is a very significant ceremony because, as you know, you have a lot of students out there who study and do really well in school, but they have a problem in that they don't have the finances to continue their education. So what the Social Security Board is doing is providing that opportunity, that transition that you need from primary school to high school and also from high school to the associate degree level, the sixth form level. And so the significance this year, though, is that this year we're giving out even more than we ever have to date, which is a total of 90 scholarships. So that makes it very much significant this year, and it shows our continued commitment to the society, to the young, and to contributing to productive citizens in our country.
What level of education are these scholarships for?
This is for high school and also for the sixth form level. So this year we're giving out 32 high school scholarships, 52 associate degree level scholarships, and 6 VOTEC scholarships. We got over 200 scholarship applications, and the vetting process is based on your financial need, your ability to demonstrate that you have academic potential, not just in the grade, to qualify in the first instance, but also showing us that you can continue a program, not just start a program, but continue the program. So that would be the criteria, and of course you have to be a born Belizean.
One scholarship recipient is Mary Reyes, who will be pursuing degrees in psychology and sociology. She explained how her disabilities fueled her passion to pursue higher education.
I felt a mix of emotions. I felt happy, I felt scared, and I felt like just excited all in one.
What was the application process like for you? At any point in it, did you think, I'm not sure if I'll get it, or were you confident?
At one point I was like, I don't really know if I will get it, but I gotta try because, I gotta take my shot.
And what are you furthering your education in?
Psychology and sociology.
So can you talk to us a little bit about what piqued your interest in that area of study?
So I from a young age, I went through a difficult time where I struggled with my mental health. So I decided to say, I want to study to help other younger generations like me who's going through a rough time with their mental health, so they have someone to talk to feel safe.
And in what ways do you hope that your story would impact other persons?
To try, even though if you're not accepted, it's just to take the shot and to try and to never give up in life.
Do you mind telling us about your condition?
Okay, so I have a condition called spina bifida, which I was born with. It affects my ability to walk on my feet. So I have to use this. I also was born with hydrocephalus, which is water tip, and I was born with cancer.
So what high school did you go to?
Rainbow Technical High School.
Earlier this week, the Department of Transport announced new regulations applicable to the movement of houses and oversized structures on public roads. Effective immediately, such transportation will only be allowed between 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. Transport CEO Chester Williams says the change is in consideration of both business and the commuting public.
The houses on our highways during the day, and especially at times during peak hours, certainly renders our commuters and other road users to some extent makes it inadequate for them to be able to traverse the roadways. And so we looked at the whole situation. We tried to find a time when we believe that it is going to be less inconvenient to the other road users. We were looking at Sundays only, but again we did an analysis and we realized that on Sundays the highways are busy because we have people who are coming back from weekend, maybe in the south or in the west, or from Chetamal or whatever. So we do find that Sundays, especially in the evening time, the highways are extremely busy. So the analysis we did showed that the least traffic is in the evening time or in the night time between 9 p.m. and 4 a.m. And so we decided that we were going to allow the houses to be moved on the highways between that time. Again, I know it is not going to be convenient to everybody. There are going to be those who will still have their negative comments, and there are going to be those who are going to be happy with the move. We're hoping that people will see it as a balancing act, and they're going to embrace it. And I most hope that the people who are engaged in these movements of houses, that they are going to comply with these new rules to make sure that the road users are not inconvenient during the week and during peak hours.
Williams says they intend to meet with the builders next week to discuss the change. He also reminded that they must have an escort vehicle and one to serve as a rear guard, plus adequate lighting and markers. During a press conference Thursday, the Minister of Sports, Honorable Anthony Mahler, expressed his desire to see more women get involved in sports. Mahler acknowledged that women have excelled in certain sports such as volleyball, but he feels there are other sports in which more Belizean women can thrive.
I think women should be more involved in all sports. No, volleyball, they've done well. I think softball is a huge opportunity for us. Cycling, basketball, soccer, or football as we call it. All of these things, women should be participating as much as possible.
Most, if not all, sports federations and associations in the country lack necessary funds for athletes to represent the country abroad. Sports Minister Anthony Mahler said that because these athletes are representing Belize, the government has no issue in assisting whenever possible. However, he said sporting bodies need to be better organized to give the ministry sufficient time to secure funding.
We've also signaled to a lot of the federations that here, you can't come to us 2 weeks before a tournament and say on a need for Goya and we need for help to raise money. There has to be some discipline in this thing. We know what all international tournaments we want to go, and the federations play a crucial role in moving sports forward in any country, and so we will hold them accountable. We are looking at the legislation right now to ensure that we have the teeth and like we say, backative, that we hold the federations accountable. At the end of the day, when they go out and say volleyball, but volleyball Belize, right? And now the volleyball federation, now Belize going to play volleyball out there. So they're representing Belize and they're using the name Belize to raise money, and they have to be accountable for that as well.
In May, personnel from Lake Superior State University in Michigan, USA, were in Belize to recruit players for a basketball scholarship. On Thursday, there was a ceremony in Belize City to introduce the winning athlete, 21-year-old Tyrell Griffith, a 6'5" forward with the San Pedro Tiger Sharks. Minister of State in the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Honorable Devin Daly, who attended LSSU, spoke about the opportunity afforded to Griffith.
But more so than the actual sport of basketball, this is a great opportunity for this young man and his family, for him to actually pursue an undergrad education free of cost while utilizing his God-given talents. This is a nostalgic moment for me because I attended this university. I started my journey at this university way back in 2012, but my time is done. The minister still plays ball, but our time is done at that level. Now it's time for us to, now it's time for us to push the opportunity to the youth that is coming, and it's just a joyous feeling to celebrate this, and I think this is something for him to celebrate and for us to support. I think he has more skill than I had when I was leaving, way more talent, way more understanding of the game, and I think he's going at a little bit older age than when I left. However, I think he has all the skills to put Belize on the map, and this is the story. This is what it's about. You get opportunities to represent yourself, your country. You do, and you show a good showing. And then people from behind, it's a no-brainer for them to come behind and give the opportunity to somebody else based on the legacy that you had left, right?
The Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable Anthony Mahler, congratulated Griffith and urged him to focus on his education.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Tyrell. This is a huge opportunity for himself, his family, for Belize. We can continue to open doors for others. You go there, you put in the work, focus on school first, and then ball will always be there. No, you will be in an environment whereby they expect a higher level of professionalism and dedication towards your craft, and so that's the advice I'm going to give you, that you go there and you do your best you can do. You ensure that you work at your craft every single day.
Griffith said he is ready for the opportunity and excited about pursuing a degree in civil engineering.
I came across a man named Rico Block, and then I went under his camp, and then we work out with the boys. I was young, didn't take basketball serious, then I started taking it serious. Now look, for the most part, I'm excited, like they say, to work on my craft, work on my shots. With my education, more excited about that part. Engineering all the way, my whole family, my brother is electrical. I'm more civil engineer with building and stuff, so most part I'm excited. My grades for the recruitment day, actually I said to myself this was going to be my last year trying to get recruited to go to the States to play basketball, and I said because I'm getting old, I said so it was going to be my last year. I never gave up, and then I was at work, and then they called me and asked me if I was going to the Civic Center for the scouting stuff, and I said no actually. But something changed. My mom called me and she asked me again, and then I went. I was late, unprepared, and when I got on the court, I said, this is my chance and I got to do this, so I'm excited. For the most part, I'm ready.
And Thursday marked the conclusion of the annual 2-week swimming summer program hosted by the Belize Police Department in collaboration with the Belize Coast Guard. Participating children were between the ages of 5 and 15. The goal is to teach the participants swimming techniques while building water safety awareness and self-confidence. Throughout the program, participants engaged in structured lessons focused on swimming development, water survival skills, and teamwork. Assistant Commissioner of Police Howell Gillett highlighted the progress made by the young swimmers.
We're very excited. Of the total number, only 2 of the children will not be certified in this session, so they have to come back at a later date when we hold another swimming event. What we're trying to do, among many other things, one is to get young people closer to law enforcement, the Coast Guard and the police, in a non-law enforcement activity. We have to level the playing field. Many of these children would not have had an opportunity to swim. Swimming lessons are very expensive. It's the cheapest, I'm told, is $75 per hour. So I believe some of them would not have been able to come. Young people need that opportunity to recreate. Active minds don't involve themselves with negative activities. So we are so pleased that so many of them have learned. What we want to do now, because we're getting requests from the other districts, why only Belize City people are asking, so we have to move to other areas, and I'm putting the Coast Guard on notice that we have to move to the other district because there are children who cannot afford it also, and we have to be able to help them. As we saw just now, the age range is from 5 to 15, and the 5-year-old was categorized in the upper group. So we're pleased for that, for a 5-year-old to be swimming across. So it shows that the training is working. It shows that the collaboration among law enforcement agencies can work. And it's so pleasing. We want to continue this every year. This is something we want to continue even after our time as law enforcement. Others who come after us, we wanted to continue to give young people an opportunity to become successful adults.
Lieutenant Junior Grade Andrew Moody of the Belize Coast Guard told us about the joy of teaching the children.
Not only did we teach them how to survive, we taught them how to properly do the techniques that they'll be able to exist, move, and enjoy the waterways as they move from this program. And not only that, from last year, we had partnered with some other guys who have the interest in pushing them to an Olympic standard. So there will be a small competition right after we finish in Belmopan, where we'll compete with other kids from across the country that have been working with different coaches, and they'll be able to compete in the pool and be able to win some medals.
The tests, I'd say, or the activities rather, for graduation day, what were those like?
Okay, so we have different lengths of the pool that we are using. We have the entire width of this pool here at Old Belize for the advanced team. And if you looked at what we had here today, we had a 5-year-old who applied the technique. She listens and she applies every technique that we tell her to do, and she was able to swim across this entire pool. And then we have a depth of 12 feet, which is approximately 40 foot, that we have another class to swim across. And we have an additional, I'd say, 100 meters for them to swim across. And those are the different stages of the classes. And we have seen that out of the 62, only 2 of the kids were unable to be recommended as a pass. And it's amazing. And even one of my guys was shocked just now because he specializes with dealing with the middle class, and he didn't see the advanced work that me and Mr. Tillett group were doing. So he saw for the first time a couple of them that he was working with the first day, and he sent them up. So we have phases, and he was Mr. Ellis. He was dealing with the babies, and he had sent up to Mr. Tillett's class, and then Mr. Tillett had sent her up to my class. And when Mr. Ellis saw her swimming across just now, he was amazed that the plan does really work. It's layered. It's a layered instruction pattern. And at the end of the day, we have them swimming with the proper technique. And if you notice, a few of them, they swam across, they got to the middle, they realized they were tired. They either rotate it on their back to do the back float, or they tread the water. Those are all the techniques that we put together in a package so that these children will be able to survive in any situation and to be able to enjoy the waterways.
At the closing ceremony, all participating children received certificates of completion in recognition of their hard work and new skills. And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on the station later tonight at 9 and again Monday at midday. Join us again Monday for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Believes. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BHNI app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable evening.